All right, I know his blood can make me whole. The good news about this song is there's only one part, and repeats and repeats and repeats, but I wouldn't say bad news, but it certainly is a challenging part to get into, and not so much for the slide, but because there is no, if you listen to the original, this isn't a song that he does consistent bass throughout. The bass is coming in, it's out, it's some places I don't even know how he gets the bass in, where he gets it. His rhythm on this one is pretty intense and pretty amazing. So what I've done is just simplified it and put more of a consistent beat to it to get us through here. So looking at the slide part, it's all happening again on the frets that we've looked at time and time again. Going to be at the 7. So that's the first part. So you're brushing down on the, 3 or 2, whatever you grab. I certainly wouldn't recommend going higher than the 3rd, just for that purpose. So you're doing 7, 5, 3, landing back at your home, 2nd string, 5th fret. So now, as you can see, is after I do the brush, I'm back at the bass with my right hand. So it's definitely a little bit tricky. So we're going to look at that opening part. So then you're going to go. And you can go up to the 7, 3, 5, or you can do 5. Or you can do 3. It's kind of one of those things, if you listen to it, he kind of does, it's kind of what you want to do. So looking at that again. There's the first part. Going to go back to the 7th fret. So that's 7, 10, 12, 7, 10, 12, 7. And again, this is a song you could do alternating bass throughout the whole thing, just playing it, and it would sound fine. You could do a monotonic bass throughout the whole thing, and it would sound fine. You could do 5/4, it would sound fine. So just bearing in mind that we've looked at all those bass rhythms throughout this, so just kind of apply what you want to apply. So we've gotten that far, now we're going to go. So 7 to 12, 12, 7, 12, 7, 3, back home. So up to that point. So that last part, if you remember from By and By, the first song we looked at, you're going to be using your thumb and your first finger. So let me just say this. If you're starting at this song, go back to the beginning of the lesson and work through each of these songs, and you'll build up the strength in your hand to be able to do these techniques for these last 2 songs. And for those of you who have the recordings. When they would put recordings out, they didn't put out, for lessons. So you'll have like this song and the next song, which were some of his earlier releases, which were considered his best. So they put out the best first. So if you have an album, this one or the next one might be the first song on the record, and I certainly wouldn't recommend these two as the first Blind Willie Johnson songs to tackle. So if you go to the beginning of the lesson, work your way through the songs, you'll be able to arrive at the point where you can play this one and the next one. So once again. So that last part again. One more time. And that pretty much is this song. He would just sing over that. I know his blood can make me whole. Jesus' blood can make me whole. I can just touch the hem of his garment. And then it just repeats. Now at the end, he ends it with a bass run. Slides up and down. So looking at that bass part again. Just 7, 7, 5. All on the 4th string. So let me put all those pieces together real quick before we go to the split screen. All right, let's go to the split screen and we'll go through it together.